The phrase that a player has the streets is thrown around a little too commonly these days, but one player who definitely had the streets was Kobe Bryant. He gave us some special moments throughout his career, which was marked with phenomenal success, but few top the Kobe Shaq alley-oop.
Portland has 3 timeouts left, the Lakers have 2. Bryant to Shaq!
Now, the Kobe-Shaq relationship was definitely rocky, but it did garner some of the most amazing moments of Lakers history. And the first of those special moments came in 2000, when the Lakers won their first championship under the tutelage of these two greats. But it wasn't easy, playing against the Scottie Pippen-led Portland Trail Blazers. The Lakers were down by 15 in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals, and they truly needed a miracle. Otherwise, they'd have thrown away a 3-1 lead. But Shaq and Kobe got back in, and with less than a minute left, and the Lakers are now up by 4, Kobe decided to put the game to bed. Shaq found him with the perfect lob, as Kobe smashed it in for the picture-perfect play, which none of us can truly ever forget. But talking about unforgettable moments, where were you the night of the 81-point game?
81-point game! Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed the second greatest scoring performance in NBA history. You talked about him being in one of those zones. Yeah. He's definitely in it right now.
Come on, you knew this was coming. After all, would a Kobe-related video ever be complete without the mention of this fantastic performance against the Toronto Raptors? Probably not. I mean, there was definitely something in the air that night. I remember it so vividly. The Raptors actually led at halftime. And how poor was that Lakers team? Kobe already had nearly 30 points going into the second half, and he added 55 more to take his tally up to a staggering 81. It was the first time the 80-point barrier had been broken in the NBA since 1963, and it remains the second highest point total in NBA history. While the scoring achievement definitely is something special, the next moment on the list is an ode to the Black Mamba's concentration levels. Yep, I'm talking about the no flinch.
Why is Matt Barnes doing that? It doesn't make any sense to me, unless he thinks he can entice Kobe Bryant to get thrown out.
But before I crack on about it, I just want the viewers to know, those of you who may not know the level at which Kobe played and performed. Basically, the man was something outworldly when on the NBA court. He was a tough cookie even in practice, but his concentration levels were off the charts during games. In particular, and in a display of determination and focus, of course, Matt Barnes decided to pump fake an inbounds pass directly into Kobe's face, only for Kobe to not flinch for even a millisecond. It was outrageous. That video went viral back then, and it's still one of the most iconic moments that I've seen in real time. It just goes to show just how locked in the champ always was. This is actually the reason that he won 5 championships, and the 5th one was probably the sweetest. When you've won that many rings, it can probably be a bit hard to choose between your favorite moments. Not for Kobe though. The 5th ring that he won actually came against the Lakers' biggest rivals, the Boston Celtics.
5th championship ring. Allen on Kobe Bryant down this time. Quick bucket. Lakers so far in the postseason undefeated at home.
And Kobe was up for it throughout the NBA Finals. In what would prove to be a 7-game series, Kobe was absurdly good. 28.6 points, 8 rebounds, and 3.9 assists, along with over 2 steals per game. Imagine he was doing this against the best team in the East in 2010. It also led to the greatest Kobe image as well. I refuse to believe you haven't seen it. Need reminding? Fret not. It's the one where he's standing on the scoring table with confetti raining down in celebration. What a moment. I can never forget that celebration, and just the sheer audacity of Kobe to go off against one of the strongest teams in the division. And he won the NBA Finals MVP award too. Deservedly. You best believe he won it only because of his determination and grit, which certainly wasn't lacking when Kobe made those free throws. You guessed it, the Achilles free throws.
Tonight with 32 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and he is hurting. But the Lakers down by 2, and they want him and need him at the free throw line.
As long as Kobe played for the Lakers, he gave it his all every night, and in 2013, with the Lakers struggling massively and very much in the fight for a playoff spot, they were up against a new beast in the shape of the Golden State Warriors. A loss against the Warriors that night would have thrown the Lakers out of contention, especially when their best player suffered a torn Achilles tendon in his left leg. But unfortunately for the Warriors, the best player was basically Kobe. Duh! And he made his way to the free throw line. Others would have gone off. Not Kobe though, and he didn't just do it for show. He actually sunk both of those clutch shots, and thanks to those, the Lakers would win the game, made it to the playoffs. And because this is about Kobe's greatest moments, I won't talk about what happened in the playoffs, but I will certainly talk about Kobe's return from his Achilles injury.
Showed up for practice for the first time in December. It's Kobe Bryant, and he didn't take it easy on his teammates.
Yep, the softer than Charmin rant has to be on the list. When Kobe returned from injury, he was basically the embodiment of that Donald Glover pizza reaction from Community, the TV show. The Lakers were up in flames. Pau Gasol left for the Bulls. Dwight Howard left in free agency. Kobe and the Lakers were 6-16. But Kobe wasn't accepting anything less from a more than mediocre supporting cast. He demanded more from his teammates and delivered one of the coldest rants in NBA history. He called out his teammates by saying, "You are soft like Charmin in this." Is this the type of that's going on in these practices? Now I see why we lost 20 games. We're soft like. It was the perfect example of the standards that he asked of himself and of his team. This is actually the only reason that he achieved the highest individual honor in the NBA. Kobe's MVP season came in 2008, and it was a long time coming. But it was pretty unfortunate that it only happened once in his career, and even more unfair that it wasn't even after his best individual season. Something like Leonardo DiCaprio winning the Oscar for The Revenant, and not for the dozens of other performances he's delivered. Not that The Revenant was bad, just like Kobe's 2008 season wasn't bad by any means. He was averaging over 28 points, over 6 rebounds, and over 5 assists a game, and took the Lakers to a top seed finish in the West. But he definitely had better seasons in the NBA. It was just the team's mediocrity letting him down. But even this pales in comparison to Mamba out.
I grew up a diehard Laker fan. Diehard. What can I say? Mamba out.
Oh man, what a moment this was. The Staples Center was packed to the brim to see the greatest Laker of all time in action for one final appearance. The likes of Shaquille, Kanye, and thousands other stars were in attendance. And while most last games are rather underwhelming, Kobe went out the most Kobe way ever. The Black Mamba dropped a staggering 60 points in his final ever game against the Utah Jazz. It was one of the most sensational performances of all time. I mean, for many players, it would be enough for them to stay on for another season, but Kobe knew it was the end of the line. It's just his class that he could do all that and retire on such a high. He then delivered a tear-jerking farewell speech to all basketball fans, kissing the home crowd goodbye and dropped the mic saying, "Mamba out." Oh man, I'm back to missing Kobe now. R.I.P. King. And that's it from me too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.